I want to take a few minutes today to talk about what we're stepping into together next month. This isn't going to be loud or dramatic or hype driven. It's actually the opposite. February is going to be about slowing down just enough to notice what's already here. Because when you really think about it, most of our suffering doesn't come from what's happening in the moment. It comes from what we're trained to look for. And most of us were trained through trauma, conditioning, or survival to scan for what's wrong. So this month, we're going to gently retrain that, not by forcing positivity, not by ignoring hard things, but by practicing gratitude in a way that actually changes how the brain and nervous system work together. The practice for the month, I want you to find a jar, a mason jar, a cup, a container, whatever you have. You don't need to spend money. You don't need to make it perfect. If you want to decorate it because that brings you joy, do that. If not, that's perfectly fine too. Then grab some paper. It can be sticky notes, lined paper, scrap paper, anything. Every day, I want you to write down at least 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big. In fact, small is better. Something like a quiet moment, a kind interaction, something that worked, something that didn't go wrong, something that supported you without effort. Write each thing on its own slip of paper, fold it up, and place it in the jar. That's it. The weekly reflection. At the end of each week, I want you to pull out a few slips, at least 3. Open them slowly, read what you wrote, and then just sit for a moment, not analyzing, not judging, just letting yourself feel the energy of that moment again. Because here's the thing we don't talk about enough. We feel joy and then we move on. We feel gratitude and then it disappears. We rarely let it land. This practice teaches your body and your brain how to stay with what feels good, without guilt, without fear, without waiting for the other shoe to drop. Why this actually works. When you practice gratitude this way, something shifts. You stop looking for negativity, not because you're avoiding it, but because your attention is trained elsewhere. And attention is powerful. What you look for becomes what you experience most. This is how we slowly rewire the brain to notice support, to recognize abundance, to feel safer in the present moment. And when the brain feels safer, your inner dialogue changes naturally. You speak to yourself differently, you react differently, you trust yourself more. That's the work we're doing this month. You don't have to do this perfectly. You don't have to catch every thought. You don't have to feel grateful all the time. Just show up daily. This is about building a relationship with yourself, one rooted in awareness, kindness, and trust. I'm really glad you're here for this. I am Coach Yvonne. We start tomorrow with a month of training the mind to see support.